All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ESL ESEA Pro Series Pro League. This is going to be our fourth map one as well, because we've got Flipside again, and they are going to be going up toe-to-toe with TSM, the champions of Fragbite. So, Anders, what do you think about this match? Because I know you're going to be excited about the map at least.
Yeah, we're going to be watching Train, and I don't see a world in which TSM won't be winning this. I mean, of course, I'm not sure we know how much about Flipside on this particular map, but I'm pretty sure TSM are going to be really well prepared on it.
Yeah, dude. This is well. Now you spend a few minutes at least, talking per day at least with those guys. What's the current standing at least with TSM as far as this map is concerned? Have they been putting a lot of work into it?
Yeah, they definitely have. I don't think any team right now feels like in the work. So this seems like this sort of collective agreement amongst all the teams that they're gonna play it and practice it and everything else. Like, no, you remember going into the Gamescom major,
yeah,
where you weren't even sure if some teams would have like studied a lot on Cobblestone or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, it feels like it's different with Train. Everyone's like agreeing, yeah, we'll play it, we'll practice it, and it'll be like open knowledge who's good and who's not good on it, and then we'll see. I guess when it comes to like the pick ban stage of the next tournament, what happens. But overall, I definitely think TSM are putting real time into actually getting good on this map.
Yeah, I'd agree with you on that one. I mean, it seems, and it's fun because it's good that you bring up Cobblestone in particular from Gamescom, because they were basically learning that map as they went on that tournament. Everybody kept, dancing with the devil. I don't know, like leaving it into their ban, leaving it in for the random last third map, and then it kept getting picked. So, if it goes to map 3, all of a sudden you got to play a map that you don't know, and they were all just kind of learning it on the fly. Whereas, you're like, Train does seem to be a map that teams are putting a focus on. So it's good to see. I mean, we're waiting on TSM to join up now. There actually isn't many people at all on the server right now. It's kind of empty. So that's why we're still on the cam, guys. We'll get into it soon enough. Don't you doubt. Don't you worry. But as far as Flipside are concerned right now, it's not looking too hot for them. It's been a bit of a rough night already. 2 pretty decisive losses. One on Cobblestone, one on Dust 2. And playing with 2 stand-ins as well doesn't really seem to be helping them much, despite the fact that like Davcost is putting in good work. For example, Cyberfocus, he's had his moments, but overall it doesn't really seem like the team is able to gel in any meaningful way, or at least not in a way that can allow them to beat the likes of NiP, Fnatic, TSM. It's probably going to be a real rough night no matter how you look at it for these guys.
Yeah, I think that's what it boils down to, isn't it? Like, if anything, they had like the ESEA match early on, and they still lost it, and then like it only ramps up. And I say easier in sort of in quotation marks there, because it was still rough against Virtus Pro, obviously. But now I think it's probably going to be even worse than playing Fnatic on Dust 2, I imagine, unless Flipside have really sort of like surprised us, and they've somehow become the one team that really have done an excellent amount of work. But generally speaking, I think this is going to be a real uphill battle. I mean, there is one thing going on here, Sam, which is nobody from TSM actually joined the server yet, so that might be a way they can win.
Yeah, I was about to point that out as well. I'm like, well, I'm actually checking to see if there was an overlap somewhere where TSM were supposed to be playing a map versus somebody. Checking the recent results, but yeah, I didn't think so. So we'll see. Not a single person from TSM has joined yet. We currently have 4 from Flipside, but they're all kind of just standing AFK. So not a whole lot happening here, guys. Hopefully things will pick up here in a minute, and we'll be able to get rolling. Good to see that there's quite a few matches actually tonight as well. And if you stay up long enough, you're going to start getting into the North American scene as well. Nillim, Elevate, Liquid, Lunatic. I mean, these are all. Well, not all of them. Liquid Lunatic is a CEVO game, but you have the ESL, ESEA North American League that's running in parallel. And so usually, guys, if you're a night owl, you should be staying up to be able to catch some North American matches when you can.
Definitely. I mean, it's actually come to the point where when you go and look at the sort of the game counter at HLTV, for instance, it's just it's endless, isn't it? Like there is no break anymore. Any day, like it's just one day to the next. And if you look at the recent games list played, it's like it's not even like long enough to actually catch all the games. It's becoming a bit of a nightmare trying to keep up with recent results.
Mm-hmm. No, it is kind of tough. It just feels like, yeah, the online is there's a lot of online, and you even have it kind of wrapping around into tomorrow night as well, which is going to be more sick matches. I mean, more ESL ESEA with Navi boot camping here in Stockholm as well in preparation for DreamHack next week, or well, this weekend. So that's something cool actually. If you're in the Stockholm area, you guys should go swing by Inferno, go say hi if you weren't able to meet them here at Fragbite this last weekend. You can go ahead and see if you can't shake their hands, but they're hanging around over here in Stockholm, so it's good to see that Navi also going to have a few days preparation. We know that NIP have recently come back from their vacations. They're preparing right now. They're going to go into a boot camp pre DreamHack, and let me see, Titan are boot camping right now as well. I mean, everybody basically starting to tighten up here for this next event. So good to see that at least even with all of these matches, some teams have still managed to find the time to take a little bit of time off, which is really important.
Yes, I mean, I guess it depends on like the overall mentality of the team and whether or not things are working or not working. But there are definitely a bunch of teams out there right now who are at the point where they need a break. But then at the same time, if you've already committed to playing in a tournament, and then you can't necessarily just leave, and you have to also do the math, to do the calculations and say which tournaments then are we going to be not playing in, and so on and so forth. I actually spoke to TSM, and I think they said they're not playing in any more tournaments this month. I think. Yeah. Like they're not going to SLTV or Gfinity or anything, are they?
No, I think. Some teams are basically starting to just say, yeah, that's it. And you also have, I mean, Fnatic tonight as well. There was like an overlap. I think they had a game show league match that was going on, and they just forfeited. They're like, no, we can't make it. We have I think it was the ESL ESEA, but still, it's just like, yeah, there's just so much going on that I think we're getting to the point now where teams are definitely going to start getting very picky about which league they play in. For example, Fragbite with an IP, right? And Forest and Freiburg, they have that Sweden Rock event that happens the weekend before DreamHack every year. They've been there for like the past 4 years, and it just so happened that Fragbite, the lands, fell on that weekend. And rather than say, okay, well, you know what, guys, we'll miss the event, NIP made the decision, no, we're going to stick by our vacation, and we're not going to play in Fragbite. So even long-standing tournaments, they're getting looked over right now by the players.
Yeah, but you can't really blame them. I mean, the fact is that the way Counter-Strike is evolving right now. I mean, last year we were saying 2015 definitely going to be the year of Counter-Strike, but I mean, the way it's looking now, 2016 is going to be making this year look small, right? So if you're a team and if you're a player and you're thinking, well, I'm going to have a career in 2016 as well. You have to think ahead. You have to think, okay, I mean, how do I not burn out? How do I not get sick of playing this game? How do I make sure that, I can still stand my teammates and that we're not just all gonna be, be crumbling here. Mm-hmm. So I think you have to respect that. And it's probably better in the long run anyway. I mean, there also comes a point when it's going to be less interesting for us as viewers to watch, the same best of one online game between Fnatic and Envy or whatever online, right? Yeah. So, I mean, if they take a couple of breaks every once in a while, then we get to see something else. I think that happened in Dota 2, didn't it? I mean, when the saturation really kicked in, people came up with different concepts to try and show us new matches and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, like the 1v1 mid tournaments and other stuff like that. Yeah. Also, Dota 2, Dota 2, like the entire scene is Danish. Like they just change rosters every day, basically over there, so it makes it a bit tricky to. You don't exactly have a NIP, for example, where you can really have this massive fan base behind them. I guess maybe like what you have, like Alliance. You have players. They're much more allied to the players over there, just because of all those roster swaps that are happening. But yeah, it is really charged. It is really charged. But I think the most important point really is just maintaining the energy for the players. You can only play officials and travel to LANs every weekend for 2 months straight. For a certain amount of time. You can't go forever like that. So yeah, you do have to manage.
I recently did my budget for 2014 because you have to do that. Otherwise the tax people they they become very angry. So I did that, and in that context, you have to summarize how many days have you been out of the country for the year, because that matters for taxation reasons. I don't know. I don't understand it, but it does. And basically, when I did that's total, I think I was at around 109 days last year.
So you spent a third of the year outside of Denmark.
Yeah. I mean, traveling, some of them were like travel days, so I guess like you can count that like half a day maybe, but still. Yeah, days traveling either to an event, from an event, or staying at an event. Around 109 days.
Jeez. Yeah. That sounds about right. You know, talking with Double Walk not too long ago, when he was obviously still the coach and manager for Fnatic, he was telling me like he'd spent something like 45 days on the road or something. He'd been home like once in the space of 2 months. And I was just like, get out of here, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy demanding now on the players. But we have all 10 players now on the server, so we should be getting this rolling fairly soon, guys. 12 minutes past the hour here for this best of one on Train, where TSM, who are currently sitting at the top of the group right now as well in the ESL, ESEA Pro League. So that's something to consider. You've got essentially the best right now going up against a team that has definitely seen better nights. Flip side, they've certainly been struggling. As far as the standings are concerned, yeah. As far as the standings are concerned, it is looking really grim. 1-14 is their record. They're sitting dead last in this tournament so far in the online phase. So that's a bit of a brutal time.
So much when you want, like, I mean, obviously they can't possibly make it into the top 4 here. But in that sense, you still have to sort of respect the fact that they keep playing, right? And they don't just like try and screw everyone else and say, "Oh, well, we'll just forfeit all the rest of our matches," or something like that. Because this is still valuable experience, right? If you're flip side, you still want to build the team, right? You want to get better. You want to try and play the best. And I mean, how many other platforms are you going to get where you can play teams like Fnatic and TSM? They're hard teams to get practice against, because they're not just going to practice against anyone, right? So now you get a chance to really do it. So even if flip side, you know, aren't going to make it into the top 4 or anything, they're still going to get a lot out of this.
That's exactly right, and you kind of wish that they had a full roster for it as well. That's the brutal thing. Simple not being able to play in ESL leagues for like another year or maybe 6 months now. No, that time is going to run out eventually, but for the time being at least, he's not able to play, and so that's constantly having a stand in there for Flipside, and tonight they have a second one as well, with Bondic not being able to make it in. So just, yeah, a real rough time for Flipside. It is good that they are still here. They're still taking rounds. It's not like it's a 16-0 every time either. They're making their opponents work. Kerrigan, Pyromaniac, just lighting everything on fire. Why don't you?
Well, I mean, at least the whole of TSM are here now. So this is a definite upgrade. I know, actually, I mean, when I got to Copenhagen, Sipnik still had to take another flight to the other part of Denmark, which is going to be like... Yeah, well, I mean, there's like is there 3? Probably like 2 or 3 airports in Denmark, so...
Really?
Hard to imagine when it only takes like, you know, 6 hours to drive anywhere.
It's like an hour to drive from one side to the other? No, maybe not. Maybe not.
I mean, it's pretty... I mean, if you drive like the full width, it's probably going to take you like 4 or 5 hours or something. So I mean, by plane, it's going to take you like half an hour, I guess, and that's it. I don't know, but either way, he had to get the plane. He had to, you know, get from that airport to home and everything else. So maybe he was just a little bit delayed. Either way, it is Flipside, and they're going to be playing TSM Best of One game here for ESEA ESL Pro League, and it's going to be on Train as well, which is always enjoyable. See if we can learn some new stuff. TSM, I mean, obviously the favorite team here.
Yeah, I think that goes without saying. Apparently, they just played against Titan, which is apparently TSM, that is, but just played against Titan, which is a bit odd considering I was trying to check the results and I didn't see anything there on HLTV. So, wondering about that. Mysteries. Ah, there it is. So a 1-1 situation there for TSM and Titan. I see. They just wrapped that up. So TSM. Not a moment's rest, essentially, coming straight out of one match, going into another. And it's going to be the pistol round here, going into this first round of this best-of-one map. TSM starting on the CT side, as we can see, and Flipside will be starting on that T side. And already, Flipside heading over to Ivy with 4 players, and it's going to be the straight-up bum rush from them. No subtlety here. Just run right in, see if he can hit the shots, and we'll see if Dupree can actually last here. He's down to 1 HP immediately. Actually gets body blocked by Device. Device was like, here, take him. Allow me to get the frags.
But it kind of works out anyway, because he did get the frag, but you're right. That was a bit of an annoying move for Dupree. Now it's back into a 2v1 here. Markelov still alive, back by a Pop Dog, and he's trying to take some long-range shots. That's almost to get KGB killed, but not quite. And TSM are going to win it and make it 1-0 in their favor. And no bomb plant out of the flip side, a little bit frustrating.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, no bomb plant, and we're not seeing anything crazy out of Flipside yet either. They go straight into, they go for P250 Glock. Okay, there's World Edit actually spending quite a bit of money. He goes for the Kevlar helmet as well. But the rest of them look like they want to kind of skimp and maximize their money. So that kind of tells you that World Edit probably not going to be the one opping on this map. It's probably going to be Davcost or Cyber Focus to start things off here for the CIS team. Initial setup, pretty bread and butter stuff coming out right now for Flipside. Tactics just kind of spread out around the entrances to the sites. Dupree, though, looking like he might want to hang around here and see if he can't get lucky with this UMP.
Well, Device is very nearly dead, and Cajun actually gets himself killed. Carrigan going to take down Blade, and it will be a 3v4 here. Cyberfocus putting out some shots, but they have taken a lot of damage on Flipside. Only really Markelov who has any kind of health to speak of. It'd be nice if they could find Device or Dupree here, take a couple of these rifles away.
It's going to be Device with 1 HP winning the duel versus Markelov. And that leaves the remaining 2 members here of Flipside pretty low, as you pointed out already. Cyberfocus does have that bomb. He's waiting to see if anybody's going to push into team main. And in the meantime, World Edit working his way out onto upper of the inner sight. We might actually see him get a long-range shot here with the Deagle. Device will go for the peek, and with 1 HP, wins that duel, lands the single bullet that he needed. And we lose Cyberfocus as well. So good recovery there by TSM. It looked real scary there for Device and Dupree. That could have turned into a very expensive round, but they both survive, and that's 4 players living at the end of the round for TSM. So they're going to be ecstatic about that result.
Device actually picking up a lot of kills with very, very nearly no HP at all. So good job on his part too. You know, Semler and I, by the way, just for all of you watching, because I'm seeing people talking about Sipnik's name and all of that, we actually asked him at the LAN here, and we said, like, how do you want us to pronounce it? Just tell us. And he's like, I don't care, guys. Just do whatever you want. I'm not bothered.
No, when he said, dude, come on, you got to give the full story, man. He was just like,
all right.
He was like, I'm actually just trolling people with it now. He literally cares so little at this point that just because he's getting a rise out of people with the Zipmix thing, he's just like, oh, yeah, Zipmix. Oh, yeah. He's such a troll. I love it, dude. You wouldn't expect that from Zipmix either. It's great.
No.
No, they're running around basically at this point. World Edit. Oh, just makes that jump pass. He's got the P250 though, so if he could just bait them into coming a little bit closer, maybe could have got lucky there and got a headshot, but that's not going to be happening this time around. 5 players live at the end of the round for TSM. Not a single kill for Zipmix, unfortunately. He had that MP7, so he was definitely looking for a bit more action there to make some money. But they will have plenty of money to get that AWP on Cajun B. So no time wasted there for TSM. Going straight up to the op. And 4 rifles full buy. Cyber Focus will be the man opping for Flipside, though. And we'll see where he decides to take it. Probably straight into... No. Going to change it up a little bit here. Okay, then. Curious to see where he thinks he can get a pick now. Is he going to take it out Pop Dog? It looks like it. Straight down Pop Dog. No smoke early here for TSM either, so he might actually have an opportunity to catch somebody off guard here.
All right, you are, but... They're not going to present themselves just yet. Cyberfocus now does spot out Carrigan, and we'll get the kill there. Very nicely done. 2nd kill onto Device as well, and looking for a 3rd one. Not going to hit Cajun B, but he knows where he is at least, and not going to get the right angle though. Cajun will take him out. That leaves World Edit and Davcost. Davcost with a good angle to drop Dupree, but he loses World Edit, and Cajun comes in for the cleanup with a triple kill there. And TSM taking away the 1st rifle round from Flipside.
Yeah, and that's like the op show. 2 ops, basically 2 ops doing all the work, and then a couple of rifle kills here and there sprinkled in. Dupree with his double holding at Ivy. But Cajun just doing work, and Cyber Focus as well. Good show there by Flipside, but it's not going to be enough for them to get the round, and they are going to be back on pistols here in the 5th round. TSM with a nice 4-0 lead so far in this first half. And Cajun B, once again, starting strong, catching them trying to push out main. We do have an aggressive push here by Device. Cajun still waiting to see if he's actually going to be able to pick somebody up, but it's Carrigan instead up close to remove Blade from the map. That leaves Cyberfocus as the last man alive here, and we'll see if he can flick fast enough to take out Kerrigan. He will not. Headshot for Kerrigan, and another 5 players living at the end of the round for TSM. This is going to start getting out of control here, Anders. Definitely scary.
Just a tiny bit, and the 6th round, it's Flipside now with a double up setup, but it definitely looks like TSM, in spite of having traveled home from Sweden and all of that stuff, you know, the jet lag that I was talking about earlier, they're still doing quite well.
Well, it's fun that we're talking about TSM again, just because, like I mentioned earlier, these guys, they didn't actually hang around at Fragmite. They celebrated for about half an hour, and then that was it. Back into a cab, back towards the hotel, get a full night's rest, and get prepared for the travel that was going to come today. So they were definitely, I mean, true professionals. They were just taking their time, making sure that they would be able to stay focused for tonight's matches. I mean, there's a lot running, and it's very tight at the top as far as the standings are concerned. So you do need to be on point, even if these are, you know, best of 1 online. Might let your guard down and start and stop focusing as much. You know, these guys, they're here to get work done.
Maybe they just told us that, and they went to like the VIP, the VIP discotheque. I'm not sure.
Yeah, okay, I see how it is.
Device going to be taking down Damcos, but a nice refrag from World Edit, almost with the second one there. And in fact, he's going to re-engage and take down Kerrigan, looking good. But Dupree in the corner here, he's behind the smoke. Are they going to check it? They don't seem like they will. They're focused on something entirely different. And Dupree's going to run through maybe a little bit too soon. Takes Markolov, yeah. And World Edit, Cyberfocus was right behind him. So now it's all on Cajun. Looks like it might be a first round here for Flipside.
It's definitely looking that way. Now Cajun trying to work his way close. He knows that 2 guys are low. P250, but he looks the wrong way. And Blade is going to peek around the bomb train and take him out. So 3 players surviving at the end of the round. Both AWPs as well. And Flipside are now on the board. Finally going to make TSM spend some of that hard-earned cash. Cajun B dropping $7 grand in a single round. So that's the investment on his part. The rest of them, they aren't going to be so... Oh, wait. I spoke too soon. Device asked for an op. So double op now here for TSM as well. Zipnik's had the money for it, so it's not that big of a hit. And now Device in position here. Probably asked for it because of his spawn location, because he was so close to connector.
Ooh. Good flick from Cajun up on the train there to drop World down to 11. But not going to be enough for the kill. And Markolov is holding far back on Ivy, just trying to check if anyone's going to come for it. I do like this position from Cajun, though, looking into Pop Dog. Might be able to get a kill here soon.
He's so patient right now. He's just waiting. Flash is there, and Cyberfocus might have thought about peeking out. You see, World Edit will take out the Device, so that's 1 op down. Kerrigan, a competent opper, could try and pick that up if he wanted to. But Flipside, I mean, spending all this time, and now finally we'll get rewarded for our patience, as well as Cajun. He gets the kill onto Cyberfocus, as Cyberfocus tries to crouch peek in there, so... Back to a 4-on-4 situation now with 45 seconds left on the clock, and Dupree still patiently waiting outside of Ivy, waiting to see if anybody's going to be peeking out. He's going to have 2 targets once again. It's going to be Blade leading the way. And there you go. Shots in, and unfortunately for Dupree, he doesn't get it done. Nate is going to chase him down. Great play by Blade. And now they have to worry about getting flanked. Cajun trying to make his way back into connector, get on the other side of that bomb train, and he just barely makes it there. And he's got Zipnix rotating in as well to give him a hand, but... Wait a second, there was actually one more man there on that side. Kerrigan with the double kill.
Yeah, and I think he was standing up on top of the train there, so really nice save from Kerrigan. It's going to give them a man lead. Bomb goes down, and so does Cajun. Good shot from World Edit. Zipnix to die as well, and Kerrigan being Molotov out of here. Can't really do much about that, just now waiting. And the bomb is ticking inside. Is he going to try and go and clutch it? Really tough to clutch this one. In fact, he's going to take the AWP and run. That might have been the smarter choice, I think.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely. The fact that they spent so much money. 2 ops dropped in the last round. I mean, Zipnik's using up his bank, basically, to drop this AWP for Device. That's solid stuff. Kerrigan going to be able to save this as well. Flip side, I think they just... Well, now, of course, they realize, wait a second. Wait a second, guys. He ran away. Doing it wrong here, but... They're not going to be able to hunt him down, so they will have a single one, and I imagine they're going to drop it over to Cajun, and they're just going to have enough money to force up here, TSM, so they still have quite a bit of money, all things considered. Good nade count here for them. Thought that they'd be a little bit broker than this. A little bit more broke, a little bit poorer.
I understand what you mean.
Yeah, I think you do.
Don't worry.
I was trying to, be a stickler. Cajun again with the same position into main, though.
You're right, they are kind of falling down a little bit here on equipment. Blade really quickly into the courtyard, though, over at the A side of the map, and gonna catch Carrigan, who's trying to get fancy with the ladders there, but not gonna work out. Blade will go down subsequently to Debris. It's gonna put us in a 4v4 situation. We're still plenty of time for Flipside, so it's not the worst that could happen here. But now they've sort of slowed it down, and so have TSM. Not really being too aggressive right now.
Wondering if Dupree, oh, perfect flash. What a setup, and now Device on the edge of this smoke. Think Cyberfocus might have spotted him? No, well, he certainly saw him there. But Cajun alive on the site, holding the line here. 50 seconds left, still need to get the bomb plant, and he can't look always at the same time. It's going to be Zipnix to pick up the first kill onto Davkos, bring this back to a 2-on-2. But he's running out of bullets. He has to go for the reload. Gets that flash. And just as he peeks, Cyberfocus unscopes. And this could actually give a bit of an advantage here to Zipnix, who's holding the line. But the crossfire proves to be effective. And World Edit will take him out. 3 rounds for Flipside now. Slowly but surely, they're bringing it back. And was that a team ace? That looked like a team ace.
Yeah, I think so. Everyone picking up a kill each. And even better is the fact that TSM now are out of money. So Flipside could turn it into a 4th round in a row here. Really good job on their part. This is an interesting development, because it's not like they're doing anything super sexy here on the terrorist side, apart from just getting the fights versus TSM and winning them.
Oh, now we start to see some aggro coming at Device. Close pop dog. And the World Edit, and they're looking into Brown Halls right now. Zipnix and Cajun B, we can see them thanks to the X-ray standing on the other side of that smoke. And there isn't going to be anybody coming through, but there's a bit of a stack going on here. And Device is just waiting to see, can he hit the timing? Cyberfocus goes walking past. Blade goes walking past. Nobody checks this guy. Nobody holding back. Finally, they start to come back through, making a bit of noise here. And Device gonna miss his timing. No luck there at all. Cajun, though, waiting on the B site. We'll see if he's successful.
Well, he's going to be Molotov'd out, but they don't actually check. He still goes down after getting a kill. It was a bit tricky there. World did it through the smoke. Dupree with a nice shot. But that will be all for the round here. And 4-5. Most you can say for TSM is that they did some damage to Flipside, but it's not too impressive otherwise. So that's going to make it into the 10th round now. And, yeah, an interesting comeback from Flipside. Pretty exciting, in fact, that they managed to put up so much of a fight against TSM.
Yeah, this is really cool. I imagine to take 3 rounds running, break TSM's economy, get that 4th round against an eco. And solid stuff, no doubt about it. And they are once again going for the same positions. Actually, Cajun and Device trading positions this time around. It's Device with the op. So he wants to hold that exit. And again, Cyberfocus. Going to take the peek from Pop Dog and have to give it ground. Curious to see. I think that's Markeloff. Yeah, Markeloff over by Ivy.
Oh, and Cajun going to go down to World Edit, so trading a little bit. I think Device has an idea there might be someone in here. The flashbang is going to make him change his position. And the bomb is still really far back. Flipside are just every round setting up and waiting to see if they can get some good kills. And once again, Device is the one to peek. Could have maybe gone down, but I think World Edit was shuffling around on his side too. But yeah, if that had been a kill on Device, then suddenly they would have been in a real good position. Now, picking up the bomb is World Edit, and he looks like he's actually going to go back out main again. Yeah, okay. I thought they were going to go back around B, but yeah, they're going to go for it.
Markov setting up the smoke Molotov over by Ivy. He's looking to try and get into the back line. Now they have to worry about getting sandwiched in here on the defense. World Edit closing in, but Device will take out Davkos. That drops the bomb. Cyberfocus takes out Device. We follow Kerrigan, who drops the bomb on top of the train and decides to make it a little bit trickier here for Cyberfocus. Cyber not sure where to look. Dupree and Zipnix, though, catching them out. 6 rounds now on the board for TSM, and that time around, it really did not work out for Flipside. Every time it seemed like they were 1 step behind.
In the 11th round, I mean, the sad thing here for Flipside is that despite the fact that they've done such a good job, they also had some pretty close calls. They could go for the double up, which is obviously good news, but now they are also quickly running out of money. They have $250 between them now, Flipside, after the buy. So they have to keep winning, and it's double up versus double up 2. Davkos quickly down into Pop Dog. And out of main, Blade is just charging in here with the Galil in hand.
He's actually going to get naded. Nice angle there by Cajun. And so now Zip. Wow, Kerrigan hitting that timing through the smoke. Perfectly done onto Blade. And they are gathering up for a B-site push, it looks like. It's going to be Zipnix. Finally going to get some action over here. It's not about him rotating. He can actually wait for them to try and push onto the site. Bit of a combination play. Markaloff in the lead. Of course, he's got that P250. Tries to draw the shot, but Cajun B is going to land it regardless. Up close. Cyberfocus tries to get close to connector, but it's not meant to happen. And now Davcost going to be the last man alive here for the T side. A near perfect round. Not a single point of damage taken for TSM so far.
Wow. You gotta, and Sipnix with the last kill there as well, getting a double. You gotta appreciate Markolov, you know, pretending to play 1.6 there and actually using the ladder to sort of, you know, air control over towards the bomb site and make himself faster than he normally would be. That is a cool idea. People should definitely do that.
Yeah, that was pretty slick. And, that was definitely pretty slick stuff, but, that's actually a bit horrific here after that force buy for Flipside. We can see all of them down to 1900. Not the fastest move, and Kerrigan managing to pick up the lurker there didn't help things either yesterday in that last round. So I want to say yesterday for some reason. It's going to be a fast play onto the B site, but no bomb. So very odd here. They could have actually got the bomb plant Flipside if they'd only had the bomb with them. So what in blazes happened there? Miscommunication, perhaps? I don't know.
Maybe it was so heavy nobody wanted to carry it. I don't know. I mean, you're right. They could have got that. Sipnix somehow missed the timing entirely for them to walk in, and a bit of a strange round, really, from Flipside. Going into the... And the thing is, they could have really used that bomb plan. I mean, they could buy in this round, but they're going to be lacking Molotovs, flashbangs, HE grenades. They have one off. It's, yeah, the $800 bonus would have given them pretty much all of that, so it does make a big difference at the end. TSM, though, surviving with a lot of members. So even though they've won, what, 3 rounds in a row, their bank is actually pretty good right now. Yeah, there's been 2 rounds in a row here with TSM where 5 members have survived.
Yeah, and that makes a world of difference, you guys can tell. So now as far as the setup is concerned, where do we go? It's going to be Blade once again getting out on the edge there. Up on top of the train, takes the fight with Cajun B, looking for the headshot, and he's just off. Cajun B wins that duel with some fancy footwork. Davcost in the meantime trying to work his way through, and Markolov takes out Dupree. That was an Ivy, so it's a 3-on-3 situation. Now TSM trying to get back onto this site. They've lost control of it, and Davcost is very close to this bomb train. If he decides to leap up here, he could actually manage to catch Device off guard, but Device unscopes as Markolov gets the kill on Cajun B, forcing a rotation from Zipnix as well. This is getting a little bit scary here for TSM.
Yeah, because the bomb is now getting into position, so if Zipnix is going to get the right timing, maybe he could get a clean kill here and it'd be a 2v2. That's a nice headshot from Zipnix, but he also lost Device on the other side, so now he's going to have to do it alone, and he won't. Davcost will take him down, and a 5th round for Flipside. Not too bad.
Yeah, they're getting up there. They're actually getting up there as far as the rounds are concerned for T-side. And now they can have the double op. They managed to pick up the Devices op from the last round. So double op play, everything they need here in the 14th round. But TSM, that bank that you mentioned, it just gets all spent in this last round. $7,000 dropped by the man going for the full buy there. That's Cajun B. And the second op is picked up by Device. So a lot of money spent in this round, and already shots going out. Cajun, it's going to be Davcost, though. Already holding this angle, decides to give it up, and he gets the headshot onto Device. What a shot from him. He barely stops to take that one.
Yeah, and Device even got a chance, I think, to shoot first, so I'm not really sure where that bullet went, but oh, nice flick from Cajun. He's been playing a really solid match so far. Takes down Blade, who had a bit of an advantage, and Cyberfocus almost shooting at his friends up in the white holes. Now it's going to be a 4v4, and looks like they are setting up for another A split eventually, but they've got a lot of time to do it.
And Cajun continues his reign of terror, essentially. Holding out a pop dog, making sure that they can't push through their flip side, and now it's going to come down to them doubling up. Bomb is rotating over to Ivy. That's Davcost carrying it. And Markolov not waiting for his teammate. Already starting to push forward here. Dupree holding in the angle, though. Just going to slam him against the wall. And that's a 4-on-2 situation. Now Dupree's been pinned down, but he doesn't realize perhaps that Davcost is running away because guess what? World Edit has worked his way out onto the B site. Gets the smoke down and connector as well. So no way for TSM to quickly rotate in here. But, yeah.
Kerrigan, is he going to intercept this play? Yeah, he will. Oh, that's beautiful. Now 20 seconds. Davcost has to stop and just rethink everything. Worry about Carrigan. They will get him. But then the rest of TSM, they're back at the B-bomb site. And now Davcost alone. 10 seconds. Has to try and make this cross, but he won't. Cajun with a quad. And 18 rounds on the board. Or 18 kills here. That is very cool. I like that play from Carrigan, even if he doesn't get the kill. That's a nice idea.
That's impressive stuff, you're right. Holy hell, man. He is on fire this game. 18 frags for him, top fragging by a pretty hefty margin at this point. And, well, that's just like it would have been a horrendous situation for TSM to find themselves in the 15th round if they had lost the last one. It's the same could be said for Flipside. They're on a pistol force buy here, basically, doing whatever they can. And is it just going to be straight out? It does look like they want to just apply the pressure. Cyberfocus leading with that bomb. Holds the angle, sets up the smoke to try and hold lower here, and out they go behind the flash. Zipnik's about to get hairy for him, but he just gets the double kill. Runs out of bullets, though. But then that allows for Cajun B to try and get into position. Bomb will get planted by World Edit, however, and now it comes down to the retake for TSM.
And Blade being annoying over at the A side, taking down Carrigan, so now Dupree's sort of stuck, not rotating in. Important kill for Cajun. Doesn't get the second one here, and Davcost is still pretty going to be in an awkward spot because he comes back around. Device is there already and waiting for him, and Dupree eventually picks up the kill. All on Blade is going to be trying to put the Molotov in. He does throw it down on the bomb. Great job. Is that going to be enough to seal the deal? They do have kits. He's being smoked off now as well, trying to make the jump through, and they should get the defuse here. Device, very last second as well. It's going to be 10-5 for TSM.
A 10-5 half. Do you think that's good enough for TSM, all things considered?
Yeah, I think it is. I think they're going to be just fine, in fact.
Yeah, so 6 rounds is all that's necessary now for TSM to take this map for themselves, and I think this is their last map of the night as well. So they're going to be looking to just roll Flipside at this point, not give them any mercy. Oh, mercy doesn't appear to be in that Viking Cajun B's vocabulary tonight, man. He is just continuing with a sick performance, but of course, the server resets halfway through, so we don't get that scoreline carrying over. Because we have to wait until we're live.
Well, yeah, until we're live, exactly. Some server magic right there that we don't really understand.
So I'll be having a Guardian Elite pin, Anders.
Oh
just
yeah.
Just so you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We could probably arrange that.
Yeah.
TSM actually, they're a man short right now. Is that how confident they are, do you think? Just play this for you, 5-man.
No worries, man. Who dropped? It's Dupree. What happened? Did his new internet decide to kick in halfway through a match?
I don't know. He's getting like a fiber line, isn't he? I'm not sure. I'm not sure it works like that.
Yeah, I think he is. Dude.
I imagine that point is probably done a different box. So maybe like the telecom people, they just showed up and like they didn't even ring the bell. They just walked into his house and unplugged the other one. Probably not.
He did tweet a pretty cool pic of his dog though. He's got a cool dog. He was like so happy to see me. I was like, Dupree, you sound so lonely, bro. It's like, at least this person's happy to see me. Like, damn. Okay, whatever. His dog is really happy to see him basically come home. That's the moral of the story there.
I know what that's like, though.
Yeah, well, you've got 2 dogs. And you've got pugs, too. They're, like, adorable. It's hard to not be happy when you see a pug running at you.
Yeah, they're quite good. All right, well, it's 2 smokes right now. Dupree going to be throwing 1 in. It's going to land right there. Oh, that's just wonderful, TSM. Using some of these smokes that I've been asking for a very long time. And one of them landing actually in the lane back there. So a very good idea as well. Flip side, they are rotating pretty quickly. But they get the entry frag as well. And that's going to be good news. Cyberfocus trying to push up. Flying down off the train and goes down to Dupree. World Edit. Not going to get revenge out of Dupree staying alive for a very long time. But Flipside is still making this work.
Yeah, this is actually looking pretty hairy here. Device trying to wrap back around. He's got that Tech 9 free kill on a Markloff if he wants it. He will get that. Yes, please. Thank you very much. Catches Davcost reloading, actually. It's going to be Blade to walk around that corner and take him out. But Zipnik's in position on high. They know exactly where he is as well. Has to just kill the diffuser. That's all he had to do. Wins the round because of it. There's no longer any time for Davcost to get the win. And how many times does Zipnik's get this right? Just scopes the situation, and then he's like, okay, I just have to get this single shot onto this guy defusing the bomb, and we win the round. Doesn't even bother killing the other guy.
I mean, if you go back and watch Train throughout pretty much all of it is its iteration, I would say, like all iterations of Train in like the old version of this map on Global Offensive, going back to Counter-Strike Source, going back to 1.6, I think that has to be like the most classic Train engagement. One guy up here, a couple of people down there trying to defuse. It happens so much, and for some reason, it's actually always entertaining. There's 100 different ways to play that, and you have to have like a certain level of intuition. It's like a really, really classic Train thing on in Counter-Strike.
I'm glad to see Zip getting more kills as well, man. Needs yeah, he's on my team after all.
I think I picked him for my team too, didn't I?
Yeah, dude, Zip is like the silent killer, man. Those kinds of smart situations, he just keeps coming out ahead. And Kerrigan is doing all right tonight as well. Looks like 11 frags. I'll accept that. But I knew I should have gone with Cajun. Damn. All right, well, we'll see.
You can't win all the time, can you?
Yeah, but
sometimes.
No, I do agree with you that it would have been wise to pick more to the Flipside players just because they had more maps played tonight. So even if they weren't getting that many frags, it would have probably made a difference. Markloff, actually, first two maps he was doing pretty well with as far as the fragging is concerned, and this map so far on Train, he hasn't had too much luck. But Zipnix is back, so we should be restarting this fairly soon here, guys. Bit of a short pause coming through here towards the end in the what is that? The 16th round, essentially. 17th round.
I'm trying to count, but I'm really bad at it. Yeah, you're right. It's the 17th round that we're currently in. And TSM gonna go with Galil's AK's Flipside, though. Got some armor on Davcost. I'm wondering if anyone else is gonna follow suit.
I think I still need to turn up my mic or talk louder. That might be it as well. We'll have to sort that out. But I'll just speak in a bit of a louder voice. That should make up for it, guys. But yeah, as far as the round is concerned, Pop Flash into Pop Dog, and that works marvelously well. Dupree there to pick up both kills.
And okay, can I just point out that's exactly the Pop Flash that I was talking about all along. I'm so happy they use it. TSM, it's like they're trying to make me smile here.
It's like they're Danish almost.
Yeah, and Dupree gonna take our third kill throughout. So yeah. All right. Well, yeah. If you want to see exactly how that works, it's on YouTube somewhere. I'm really glad. That's the first time I've seen anyone use it. So I won't go on raving about it for too much longer. But it's been a constant annoyance to me that no one's like even wanted to try and throw decent pop flashes over here by Pop Dog. But that's actually the first time it worked. So. That is nice. Thanks TSM for at least trying it. I mean, I'm satisfied, Sam. I can whatever else happens tonight. That's good. I'm good.
I was just checking sound settings real quick for the mic, but it's like maxed out, man. I don't know how to turn my mic any louder than it already is.
It sounds much louder to me now than it did just before. So
I don't know.
With a bit of luck, it's gonna work.
I don't know, man. It can't go any further. It's already pulled over. No, wait. I'm thinking the wrong thing here.
Oh, wait a minute, Kerrigan. He's really catching Cypher focus here. Nice angle there, just seeing it coming. And the rest of TSM, well, some of them at least pushing down Ivy, going to be catching Markolov here. Looks like TSM is about to really run away with this game, and now it's a 3v5. Blade, Davcost, World Edit, well, just going to be the last two left here. And there's not much they could do. I mean, it's all going to come down to the upcoming fourth round, second half here, where they have rifles. They'd better go nuts.
Dude, Davcost is going to be so salty. He had the perfect time. Like, Dupree reloads while he's looking straight at Davcost in his eyes. Just saying, yeah, there's nothing you can do about this. And Davcost missed the timing to actually get the punish there. That's such a shame. All right. Feeling a bit bad there for Dav. Better luck next time, I hope. And, well, flip side now. Double out play for them now that they have the money after those rounds of eco. But it goes without saying, this is pretty much it. If they didn't win the pistol, they need to certainly win the 19th round here to stop TSM from getting up to 14 and later on match point and later on winning the map. So these next rounds are going to be crucial here for the CIS team. We'll see if they can actually pick it up.
They're going to have to, the double up setup, it might be enough to actually help them out here, but if not, then they've pretty much wasted everything on this round, and it will be too late to really do anything else. Blade will take down Cajun as the beginning frag here, so good start. Molotov goes out onto Blade's position, so might limit his movement just a tiny bit, but he's going to be fine for now. And TSM quite aggressive outside, but they're kind of getting shut down here. Sipnix, Carrigan going down, Dupree. That would have had to have been a double kill, I think, for that to have worked out. Now it's just Device left.
Yeah, they're getting the headshots. I mean, look at how low they are right now. World Edit down to 8 HP. But both ops survive right now, so it's not looking too healthy here for the last man. Device, Ferry, who's going to clutch. Now is the time. Peeks his head above the train, and Davcost promptly, you know, snips that...
God, I just want to keep silent and see how many more like synonyms you can come up with. just see if you keep going for like half an hour.
That fuzzy growth. The growth with the fuzz on it, I suppose. Alright, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, leading on now, it's still a really massive lead for TSM, and I doubt anyone could say that that they're not going to walk away with a victory here. But there is also that round difference thing in the end that's going to matter. So they have an interest right now, TSM, in beating Flipside quickly, making sure they get the least amount of rounds lost here. Cyber Focus going to open up, and there's Sipnik's gone down to Blade, and Davcost is going to finally fall. Device with a yeah, there's the double kill, and it's going to be down to Blade and World Edit now. It turns in a couple of seconds from a really good start for Flipside into a bit of a disaster, as now World Edit will be all alone. He's just picked up a kit, and he's in a 1v2.
And the bomb is still dropped for TSM, though, so they can't actually recover it without losing anything to World Edit. Thing is, right now, Cajun B, not sure if he spotted him. Did he actually? Or not Cajun B, Dupree, rather. But it will be Device getting caught out in the open duel. Crazy close now between. They're pretty much dead even, and Device catches him throwing a nade. The timing was perfect, was flawless, and that is going to tomb Tech the Flipside at this point now. And what is this? Blade only spending $300 on a P250. Do they not go for the buy? Do they not just full buy here? Are they really going to experiment? Like, this comes down to the learning then, essentially. This is just them experimenting, saying, okay, you know what? We will eat this round of eco, and we will play for the overtime.
I mean, I guess that's a choice as well, but I would say that's a big risk. I don't see that working out. I would have almost rather see them just try and go for it, but I think that's just like a difference in taste. It's no way to say which is right or wrong, really.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's just an exercise. Blade's like, okay, guys, you know what? We need some experience in these sorts of situations. We do have, I mean, Blade is pushing through, trying to get into White Halls here, and Davcost is hearing Dupree step above Pop Dog. He might hit the timing right here. We'll see Dupree. He's won the duel so far versus Davcost, and it's more of the same. We'll see if Blade is lucky with his timing here. He might be able to catch Dupree, although, wow, Dupree, so thorough. Goes for the jump off the stairs, spots out Blade, basically ruins his day. There, just to add emphasis.
We'll make it 15-6 here. For that overtime, we're going to need 9 straight rounds in a row here for Flipside. And I don't know if I can even, like, even as like the ultra optimist, I'm not sure I can think of a way in which the TSM, they're just looking too strong right now.
Yeah, and then they're not slowing down either. They just want to keep the pressure up. Molotovs are going down all over the place. In fact, both sides, the single one actually stopping the push out through A main. But we'll see if Blade can actually get in position here to stop this push once it comes through. They might be trying to split it up, but he just goes leaping onto the train, and Cajun B and Dupree both react in time to shut him down. Oh, and I like this from Cyber Focus. In case any of the smokes go up, trying to block off A train, he's up in Sniper right now. That's not too bad. Stinky stuff. But let's see. Kerrigan comes rushing through. Takes the first man. Will not win the duel versus Markelov, however. Still maintaining that man advantage. That is what's important. And Cyber Focus gets spotted immediately by Device. World Edit brings it back into a 2-on-2. And this is all over the place. A running battle for 50 seconds now. We'll see.
Yeah. Just under 50 seconds, you're right. Device very low indeed, but the bomb is going to go down, and Device is maybe going to catch them rotating back. At least he makes himself known, and now, yeah, they're going to rush. They realize if we kill Sipnix right away, then Device is going to be miles away, and won't be able to stop us defusing. So that's pretty. Markolov, well, they have a smoke and a Molotov. Sipnix, oh, he's not going to be able to put it down because the smoke is in there. Sipnix gets one. He's trying to spray, not connecting. World and he doesn't have a kit, so it's taking forever. Sipnix can't find it. Oh my god. 10-second smoke defuse.
And you know what's worse? Is that Zipnix, because he's so low on HP, he can't actually jump down just straight away to get the knife, right? Or to try and knife him? Did he forget where he planted that bomb?
Probably did.
Because, like, he's aiming as if he had planted on the bomb train, right? He's aiming as if he had planted standard, and he said he had planted on the ground. How does that work? I think that's got to be, like, the first time we've actually seen that work without a kit, Anders. Like, straight up man mode defuse like that.
Yeah, I think there was like one on Reddit before, but that wasn't a match that we were doing, but it's really rare that you get to defuse for a full 10 seconds inside the smoke. While the guy who put down the smoke forgot where the smoke was or where the bomb was, and oh, what a headshot there to take device out. Running headshot, in fact, from Davkost.
Kerrigan, does he look above himself? No, of course he doesn't. This is going to get a little awkward. There's the double take, but it's too late. The damage is done, and TSM, once again, they are losing the grip on things here. Flip side, that round has definitely shook the Danes. They are struggling at this point. They do have control of the nade still here. Nice shot there by Cajun B. But still a 1-on-3 situation here. He's got control of the bomb, but he's caught in a bit of a trap, and as soon as he sticks his nose out, what?
That's pretty dirty, Cajun. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, that was sick.
It was a bit of a naughty shot.
I almost wish that he hadn't taken so much damage, because he deserved to go on after that. He deserved to keep fighting. Wow.
Well, it's going to be 15-8. The flip side, I mean, they're being super annoying right now. TSM are thinking, come on, just let us win. We just need the low round difference. You're not going to make the comeback anyway. Stop being this annoying. But flip side, they're probably enjoying this. They're doing a great job.
Yeah, they are. They are putting up one hell of a fight right now. Chatterbox. Let's see. Well, now let's see as far as this buy is going to work. Kerrigan to open up on Blade. That was over at A main, but then the cyber focus. Markolov is going to find Kerrigan. I mean, kills all over the place, and that leaves 2 players left here for TSM. Dupree trying to make his way as close to connector as possible. It's going to be an effective smoke. World Edit could probably go for the wallbang, but the flash works as well, and he gets kind of caught in that smoke. Can they actually make their way onto the train, though? That's the real question here. World Edit will spot them, and there it is.
Yeah, I mean, Dupree trying to play so close to that smoke, but nobody will gang for him, and now Sipnix is going to be alone. 1v4, hoping that someone's going to walk right into this AK, but he's going to put out the bomb and go for the straight plant here, and that's going to give his team some money to work with, but obviously going to go down to the end there. But the bonus there is going to make them buy one more time, so that really helped.
And now, well, still match point here for TSM, but they just can't quite seem to do it. It is going to be a buy in this round, though. I'd be amazed if they didn't go for it after that bomb plant. And having lost a few rounds in a row. Yeah. Force buy from TSM. Pretty reasonable in the end. Only Dupree really taking the hit with the Tech 9. And now we get to see exactly what the next play is here for them. Because so far, man, I can't believe it. They're trying to take these fights. They're trying to put the pressure on early. And, okay, there's the answer. Now, is Cyber Focus, he's waiting in connector. He's not going to be able to get up in sniper quickly here. But those smokes are about to come out onto the Zay site. And now we have to see Blade. He's got a gap to work with. He's going to be able to take Kerrigan out for free.
Yeah, really nicely done. But then Dupree with a good return. Davkost to drop Dupree right afterwards. And bomb, yeah, it's going to go down. But I don't see TSM really being able to hold this. They're a man down. They don't have that many grenades. Device will land a good headshot on Davkost. And Markolov making a lot of noise and still takes out Device. You would have thought that maybe the Danish player would have had a bit of an advantage there. The bomb is planted very much out in the open. Sipnix, look at that, using the ladder to jump on out, but still, Flipside will retake and make it 10-15.
And yeah, Cyberfocus just going to hold on that, even if World Edit has a kit. Pretty quick reactions there out of the Flipside team, basically managing to win those duels as TSM were trying to push basically, like they try to put two guys up through the long alley over here on the other side of the two trains, trying to wrap around, and that just didn't work out for them at all. They were losing the duels every time, it seemed. Okay, there we go. But TSM intent on giving us a show. This is why, though, this is why Fnatic, their round difference is so huge. It's just like when they get that kind of lead, they close the game. They don't mess around and give their opponents time to run it back a little bit to draw it out.
Yeah.
TSM, though, every time they get close and then they get bogged down and they start losing the rounds where they really should be able to just close out the game swiftly. Because they are sitting at things, but their round difference is like nil.
Yeah, and you don't want that coming back to haunt you, do you? I mean, out of all the ways you could not qualify for this $500,000 league, you wouldn't want it to be because suddenly you're tied with a couple of other teams and then they have a better round score difference and yeah, you're going to hate yourself. Davcost making life real hard on TSM here, getting 2 kills, but Cajun with a good return, and Sibnik's trying to get out of Pop Dog. 40 seconds left. The bomb down on Ivy. And it's a 3v3.
They've got a great crossfire setup going on here. World Edit and Connector, man on the bomb side as well. That's Cyber Focus with the AWP. World Edit gets spotted. Kerrigan does not hit the headshot, though. He hits headshot in turn, but I think that was through the edge of the wall. And that bomb is making its way closer, but there is still a man here. It just spray through, and Markelov through the smoke will catch Cajun. Brings it back to a 2-on-2 situation. 20 seconds left here as the bomb should finally get planted for Kerrigan. Now can they actually hold? That's the real question. Sibnik's 1-for-1 trade, but the bomb gets planted just in the nick of time.
Kerrigan knows it's coming. Markelov is real low on health, and a headshot to finish it. Kerrigan with a triple, and TSM, after a long time, seemed like that game should have been closed out a little bit earlier, but they do defeat Flipsid, as it looked like they were going to do pretty much since the played. But yeah, congratulations to them. I will say this though, I mean, Flipsid definitely showing us that on an individual level, they've got some cool skills. I mean, Davcost opening out in that courtyard, definitely not to be taken lightly.
Yeah, they seem more comfortable on the map than I was expecting. That's for sure. Like they had a decent idea on how to set up the crossfires and hold their individual positions. You're right, Markelov, in particular over on Ivy, seemed to get the better of TSM a few times running. So nicely done there for both teams, basically. But TSM will get that win. Not the round difference that they were looking for, that's for sure. But still, a win is a win, and they're going to take what they can get. So they should maintain their position at the top of the pack right now, going into the LAN finals that are going to be happening at the beginning of July. So that's just around the corner, pretty much. A few more matches to be played out for all the teams, though, so we'll see how it all goes. But we're going to take a very short break now, essentially a very short break before our next and last match of the night, guys. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.